the second half of this special of Trial by Magis with the Recklin Skunk Works report, now covering the Messerschmitt Bf.109 E-3 Tier 5 Premium Light Fighter. Like the Spitfire Mark 1A, this is a premium equivalent of the already in-game standard Tier 5 German light fighter, the Bf.109 Emil. The 109 E3 is an earlier version of the Emil, seen prior to engagements of the war like the Battle of Britain. This is the kind of 109 that would have been seen commonly over the beaches of Dunkirk. Let's go ahead and take a look at how she compares to her tech tree equivalent. Now bear in mind, once again, this is stock stats over here, so the 109 Emil can evolve from this, whereas the 109 E3 is static with these stats. The firepower of the 109 Emil is greater than the E3 because the Emil is able to mount a hub cannon right here in the middle of the prop, and the E3 does not have that. The Tech Tree aircraft also can carry a pair of 20mm cannons in the wings, so does the E3, and the Emil carries a pair of 7.92mm machine guns synchronized in mountings above the engine. The 109 E3 also has these. So the strength and firepower between the two, that disparity is entirely because the Bf.109E has that motorkannon that fires through the engine and out the hub of the aircraft. Airspeed, the 109 E3 has a greater speed to begin with because it is lighter, it doesn't have that extra gun. It also has a more powerful engine to start off with, the DB601A1, and the 109E starts with a less powerful engine and eventually gets a more powerful one. Maneuverability, the E3 has the edge over the Emil, and they have the same altitude, performance, and so the E3 is a pretty good performing premium aircraft for Tier 5. It shapes up against its tech tree companion pretty well, and if you ever end up in a matchup between those two head-to-head, your tactics for taking on the other one are going to depend on what upgrades the Bf.109E has mounted on her. Yeah, DB601A1. And here you see she has the pair of 7.92mm machine guns that fire off the top here, an empty hub, and the two 20mm out here on the wings. For equipment, I recommend improved covering, because the 109 E3 is a pretty maneuverable fighter. She can't turn with the Spitfire or a Zero, but she can hang, and you don't want to have your wings or tail or fuselage easily damaged and killing what little maneuverability the aircraft has, and its speed as well. Engine tuning, well, all German aircraft depend on their engines for attack as well as escape, so why wouldn't you mount that? And I've also tried putting improved radiator 2 on her, just to see how quickly I can get her boost back in the middle of combat. For consumables, it's the standard: pneumatic restarter, first aid dressing package, and manual fire extinguishers. Since she has less firepower than her equal tier companion, and doesn't have enough firepower to really take on heavies and ground attack quickly, I've gone with all universal ammunition type here in order to set fires, and it does happen quite often with this aircraft now. Pilot skills. Like the Spitfire Mark 1A, this pilot came with two skills that are inherent to the pilot and cannot be retrained. The first is nosedive, which is a situational skill that increases damage by 10% and the chance of setting an enemy aircraft on fire and causing critical damage by half when firing with forward-firing weapons in a diving attack. This only takes effect when the aircraft speed approaches maximum dive speed and pitch angle exceeds 45 degrees. Very situational, and only will come into play while you're fighting vertically and ambushing someone that's not paying attention to you down below. The other skill is the annoying skill that will lock Oberleutnant Hans Weber here to only flying the Bf.109 E-3. That is the mastery skill, which increases the airspeed and damage on this aircraft by 10%. Only works on this aircraft, so all my other German pilots will never see the inside of this thing, and Hans here will never see the inside of anything else that I have. The other 2 skill points that he came with I put into Engine Guru because German plane. Tactics-wise, you're going to use the exact same tactics on this that you would on the Bf.109B, Bf.109E, and the Friedrich. You want to get up high, win the dogfights up there, and then work your way down the cake. Support the heavy fighters on your team. They are far less maneuverable than you are and far less capable of shaking a bandit on their tail, so it's going to be up to aircraft like yours here to shoot them off and keep them clear, because they are very valuable allies to keep alive. The 109 E-3 works very well when teamed up with a wingman, no surprise there. Speaking of which, I have a battle for you in her. Once again, winged up with Phoenix Fire of the Knights of Dracarys clan. This was my first battle in the Bf.109 E-3 after acquiring her for the event. Hope you enjoy. Good hunting.